Hi, this is Dinah. You're in the kitchen with me today. We're going to be brining some chickens. I've been smoking chickens for a little while now, and I think my friends kind of like it. I haven't been willing to share how I do it, but I guess I'll share my secrets. I will say one thing. I don't think I've ever brined a chicken the same way twice, but they're good every time. You can't go wrong with a smoked brined chicken. Gonna show you my method. First we're gonna put the brine together. So let me readjust the camera so you can see me working on the brine and not look at this mug, and we'll get going on the brine. Be right back. Alright, let's put our brine together. First, what you need is a good heavy bottom pan. It may not look like it's very big, but this is what they call a chef's pot. This is my emerald ware. I love this thing. This is my go-to pot. It is pretty much full of water. We're going to turn the rear burner on high. We're going to bring it up to a boil, and then we're going to let it simmer a while. Now, what a brine does, it's a lot of concentrated flavors that you're trying to infuse into the meat of the chicken before you cook them. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to add, we're going to add some crushed peppercorns that I just used a mallet and broke them up just so they'd open up and give off their flavors. Gonna put that in there. This is some Italian blend that I've had for a while. I like to, it comes in a grinder. I took some of this out and beat it up a little bit like I did the peppercorns. I use this seasoning on pizza and it's the bomb. I love it. Okay, so we're going to put that in there. And here comes the important part. You're going to infuse that with some salt. This is kosher salt. I'd say that's about a cup, wouldn't you? Maybe a scant cup. So we're going to put that in there. And then when it starts boiling, I'm going to add these herbs out of my garden. I've got some fresh basil. I've got some thyme, two different varieties. One's a lemon thyme and one's a something else thyme, I can't remember. And I think this, my friend Jackie gave me this plant. I think this was oregano. I'm pretty sure it is. I haven't cooked with it yet. But yeah, it's pretty good. But we're going to add this towards the end of the brine. Once it starts boiling and breaking open those flavors in the pot. And then right before we turn it down a little bit, we're going to put these fresh herbs in there. Now this may look like a lot, but this and this all together is going to be added to a bunch of water. And I'll show you how we're going to do that in a little while. So that's our brine. It's gotten going. We're going to just wait until it boils. Once it boils, I'm going to turn it down to probably 2 or 3 and let it simmer for probably, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes, maybe even an hour. Just depends on if I get busy and forget about it. That's why this pot's full. Then we're going to add the herbs. We're going to let this cool off, and we'll go from there. We'll be back in a bit. Alright, here we go. We're getting ready to put our chickens to rest. It's bedtime. They get to go nighty-night for the evening. Okay, I'm going to show you the brine. Can you see it? Nice and yucky. I've let it cool a little bit, but it's still hot. So I'm going to add it to some water that I have in my high-tech bucket here. You could use a cooler. Just depends on what you have. My bucket has served me well. I clean it and bleach it and put Dawn in it and all that good stuff in the shower or in the bathtub and clean it out every time. So I'm going to just dump it in there. There we go. All the good stuff. Get it out of there. Okay. There we go. Now, it's a little warm, but we're getting ready to put some ice in it. I know, Bobo, it smells good, doesn't it? Okay. I put it on a towel too because it's going to sweat because I'm going to put ice in it. Here's my chickens. Hello, chicken number 1. Drop that down in there. I have done up to 6 chickens at a time. But the time I did 6 chickens, they were kind of small. So here goes number 2. If you don't have enough water, you can add some water to it at this point. And here's some ice. And I realize I don't have enough ice, so I guess I'll be going down to the store. I'm going to put some ice in it. In the wintertime, I have been known to take this bucket and just put cold water in it in the cold brine and sit it on the front porch when it's like 5 degrees outside. That's all you do. We're going to put a lid on this, and Bobo's going to be smelling it all night. See that? Ooh, tickle, 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 tickle. And anyway, then in the morning, we're going to put it on the smoker. And all those flavors are just going to get in there and get it all good. So, let me put the lid on it, put it to bed. I'm going to bed. And we'll finish this in the morning. Good night. Good morning, everyone. We're ready to finish up our chickens. Gonna get them in the smoker. I took them out of the brine for a while and I let them dry off. They're still a little wet, so thus the towel. If you keep the skin kind of dry, your seasoning will stick to it a little better when you put some oil on it. Alright, we're going to have to share the board over here, kids. Breathe. I meant to mention last night, too, when we were doing the brining section, if you have room, or if you're only doing like 1 or 2 chickens, and if you have room in the refrigerator, you can always put them in a container and just put them in the refrigerator. You don't have to use a bucket and ice and all that good stuff. But I usually don't have too much room in my refrigerator. Alright, are we ready to finish these guys up? Huh? Oh, wait a minute, he's turned over. Alright. Oops, look at that big old thing of fat. I think I'll take that out. It'll just go straight to the bottom of the smoker. Okay, first things first. Ooh, I hate doing this. First things first, we're going to put a little olive oil on there. And rub him around a little bit. I think I better use the clean hand, dirty hand. Well, that's not going to work, is it? I got grinders to work with. Did not think this through very well. Okay, we rubbed our meat a little bit. Now we're going to use some Himalayan salt, just because I bought it and I didn't know what to do with it, so now I'm going to use it. And I'm going to have to take it in and sanitize it. Alright, now we're going to use some pepper. Don't you just love my grinding technique here? I'll tell you what, folks, it's warm out here today. I got to go work in my garden after a while, and I'm not really looking forward to it. Remember me telling you about the Tatanka dust? Well, we're going to be spreading this liberally across the entire chicken, if it'll come out. Hello. Thank you. No, Josie, that's not somebody at the door. That was me. Okay. See how we're going to do that? Ooh! Get lots of it in there. Alright. Now we're going to flip it over and start over on the other side. You don't want to go through all that. Hang on a minute. Okay, we're one step, shoe fly, we're one step closer to get them in the smoker. Okay? Next thing we're going to do, you see these lovely lemons here? I'm going to stick these on the inside. If I can find a hole. There we go. A couple slices on the inside. Off both of them. And I forgot to open the container. Get them out. But I dehydrated some garlic a while back. And I'm going to add some of those in there. Just because I can. Whatever flavors you like, go for it. You want to put oranges in there? You want to put apples in there? Whatever you want to do. Apples with applewood would be good too, wouldn't it? Okay. Alright, I'm going to stick these in the smoker. We're going to smoke them at 225. I find that it's about 5 hours for a chicken. 4 to 5, I would think. But we're going to go by temperature. Not so much time, but temperature. So when we bring it to temperature, I would call it done. Alright, if y'all want to come by and help, I'm going to be in the garden. Bye. Alright, folks, I could not resist. You've got to see this. The unveiling of the brined smoked chickens. Are those gorgeous or what? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip them over, because I got them back side up, if you noticed. And I want to put the breast on top and turn it up real good for about 30-45 minutes and let the skin on the top of the breast kind of get as pretty as the back is. Then we're going to take them out, wrap them in foil, and talk about it again later. Okay, I'm going to get to work now. Bye. Hey y'all, I'd like to introduce you to Fred and Ethel. They are so beautiful. Look at the juice coming out of there. I'm going to wrap them real tight in aluminum foil and let them sit for probably half hour, 45 minutes, maybe even an hour. And then we'll cut into them and see how juicy they are. Be back later. Hi. Okay, Fred and Ethel have been resting for a while, and I just cut into a little bit of this breast meat. Can you see the juice in that? It is so good. I've already tasted it. Sorry I didn't wait on you. And it is so delicious. Oh, I did a good thing. Only thing I'm going to add to this is if you want to freeze these, wrap them just like they are now. All that juice in there and everything. Wrap them once in foil, twice, maybe 3 times in foil, real tight. Stick them in the freezer. When you're wanting to use them, what I would do is put them in a crock pot with the foil still on them and leave them on low for a couple of hours. That way it defrosts slow and it keeps all the juices in there. If you're going to take this straight from the refrigerator and want to reheat it, what I like to do is put it in the oven on like 275, 300 maybe, low and slow for about an hour, hour and 15 minutes, something like that. And it stays so nice and moist and juicy. And you will be everyone's best friend. Don't forget to come see us on YouTube at smokinglowcarb.com. No, that's the website. Come see us on YouTube. Come join us. Follow us. That's the word I'm thinking of. Alright, y'all. That's it for this time. Till next time. Someone's in the kitchen with who? Yeah, that's me. Bye.